Indima 4, Act 4, Umboniso 1, Scene 1. Ezazulwana kuchata uGugulethu no Thobeka. In Zazulwana, Gugulethu and Thobeka get married. Goku kusecaweni, and it is now in the church. uGugulethu ubophe isandla sokunene. Gugulethu has bandaged his whole right hand ngelaphu elimhlophe, in a white bandage. The minister, ke mfana uyakulandela lamazwi ndizakuwathetha. You will follow, you will repeat these words which I am going to say. Ndivakalisa ndinyanisile, I solemnly declare, ukuba andazi sithintelo, that I know of any impediment, ngokwasemthethweni, by law, no legal impediment, sokuba why, mna Gugulethu, I Gugulethu, andingeze ndamanywa emtshathweni noThobeka, why I Gugulethu cannot be joined in marriage to Thobeka. Qhuba ke mfanam, continue my boy. Xhaka, silence. Qhuba kaloku mfanam, continue young man. Gqitha mfundisi, move on reverend. Ungathini ukutsho, how can you say that? Kufuneka uthethe la mazwi, you must utter these words ndikuxelela wona, that I tell you to. Kutheni usithi, why do you say mandigqithe nje, that I must move on? Buza Kubawo, ask my father. Andiva mfana, uthini? I did not hear you, young man. What did you say? Ndithi buza Kubawo, I said, ask my father. Uyise walo mfana makeze ngaphambili. Will the father of this young man please come to the front? And Zwilakhe then comes to the front. And the minister whispers to Gugulethu, to Zwilakhe, lo mfana akavumi kuthetha. This young man will not speak. Uthi mandibuze kuwe isizathu. And he says, I must ask the isizathu, the reason, from you. Gaba kwenzeke ntoni? What could have happened? Zwilakhe whispering, hayi, qhuba wena mfundisi. No, carry on, reverend. Sukumhoya, pay no attention to him. Lo mfana kwezi ntsuku, just recently this young man usuke wanendawo yokungathi ziyamshiya, suddenly appeared to be as though ziyamshiya, he was losing his senses. Ndiyakukuchazela kakuhle, I will explain to you properly. Yonke into, everything, xa sisobabini, when it is just the two of us. Ke ungathini ukuthi mandiqhube? And so how can you say that I must carry on, continue? Andinako, I can't continue, xa engathethi, if he does not speak. Zwilakhe is speaking to his son. Gugulethu mntanam, Gugulethu my child, pendula, answer. Sukundidanisa, don't disappoint me. Qhuba mfundisi, carry on reverend. Gugulethu uyayithabatha na le ntombi? Gugulethu, do you take this girl ibe ngumfazi wakho otshatileyo, to be your wedded wife, ukuze nihlale nye, and that you will stay together ngokommiselo kaThixo, according to the will of God, entlalweni engcwele yomtshato, in holy matrimony. Uyakuyithanda na? Will you love her? Uyonwabise, make her happy. Uyibeke and respect her. Uyigcine and look after her emikhuhlaneni in times of sickness, nasekuphileni and health. Uwancame onke amanye and forsake all others. Unamathele kule yodwa and stay with this one only. Lonke ixesha, all the time. Eniyakudla ubomi ngalo nobabini. All the time that you will spend your lives, during all the times that you spend your lives together. Andingecho, I can't say that. Aw, uthetha ukuthini xa utshoyo mfana? And what do you mean when you say that, young man? Buza Kubawo, ask my father. Mzalwana Zwelakhe, cousin Zwelakhe, andiyiqondi ngoku lento. I can't understand this now. Kodwa xa usithi, but if you say umfana akaphilanga, that he is not well, kulungile, all right then, ndiza kuqhuba, I will continue. Mfana, sondela usign. Young man, come closer and sign. Andikwazi mfundisi, ndenzakele. I can't, Reverend, I'm injured. Zwelakhe then says, kulungile mfundisi, mandimbalele. It's all right, Reverend, let me sign for him. The minister speaking to the congregation. Intlanganiso ebekekileyo, dear members of the congregation, niyibonile yonke into, you saw, you witnessed everything ibisenzeka that took place xa, while or when bendichatisa aba babini, while I was marrying or when I married these two. Kudala ndichatisa, I have been conducting wedding ceremonies for a long time. Kodwa lo mtshato, but this wedding, this marriage, andiwuqondi, I don't understand it. Ndi no loyiko, I am afraid. Inye into endiza kuyithetha kuni bantwana bam, and there's just one thing that I'm going to say to you, kuni, my children, turning to the marriage couple, abachati. Kukuba, and that is nize nigcinane, and that is that you must look after each other. Nihlonelane, and respect each other as well as your parents, khonukuze uThixo anigcine, so that God can look after you. Ndinombono ngani, I have a vision about you. Kodwa andifuni kuxela, but I don't want to relate it, disclose it. Kuba andingom profeti, because I'm not a prophet. Kuwe Gugulethu mfowam, to you Gugulethu my boy, ndizakuthi, I'm going to say, sukumvumela uSathana adlale ngawe. Don't allow the devil to play with you. Qina, be strong. uSathana uligwala. The devil is a coward. Aka namandla, has no power. Unamaqhinga nje, and is just deceitful. Gugulethu, sobbing, says, Limathumbandaka. Freely translated, meaning that there are bad times ahead. Andiva mfana wam, I can't hear you, my boy. Diti limathumbandaka mfundisi. I say that there are bad times ahead, Reverend. Uthetha ukuthini na xa utshoyo, and what do you mean by that? IsiXhosa asixolikwa. IsiXhosa does not need interpreting. Andikuva mfanam, cacisa. I can't hear you, I can't understand you, young man. Explain. Mfundisi sukundibuza. Reverend, don't ask me. Akuwaboni la mafu amnyama afingiza entshonalanga. Can you not see those dark clouds gathering in the west. Liza kududuma, there will be thunder. Nizakuva ngendlebe liduduma, you will hear with your own ears the thunder. Buzani Kubawo, Buzani Kubawo, Buzani Kubawo. Ekwaza, he calls out. The minister says, Mayiphakame inhlanganiso. Will the congregation rise? Madoda, mbambeni, men, mbambeni umfana, take the young man, nimse enqweleni, and take him to the wagon. Mzalwana Zwilake, cousin Zwilake, da ushiyeke, please remain behind. Dine bunga nawe, I have something that I want to discuss with you. Amadoda amathathu, 3 men, amthwala Gugulethu, carry Gugulethu out. Abantu bayaphuma, and the people leave, leaving Zwilake and the minister. Kawutsho mzalwana Zwilake, tell me, brother Zwilake, zithetha ntoni ezi zinto zithethwa ngulo mntwana? What do these things which this young man is saying, zithetha ntoni, what do they mean? Lo Buzani Kubawo yintoni? What is this Buzani Kubawo? Mfundisi le nto andiyazi. Reverend, I don't know, I can't understand this thing. Dingathi nje, all I can say is that zizinto zabantwana beli xesha, that it is the ways of today's children. Lo mntwana asivenanga ngentombi. We did not agree, this young man and I, we did not agree on the intombi amakayitshate he was to marry. Yena wafuna ukuzibonela umfazi. He wanted to choose his own wife. Ndathi, mna ke ndathi, and so I said, makatshate le ifunwa ndim, that he must marry the one that I want, kuba ndinguyise, because I am the father. Yonke le ke lenkatazo iqale njalo, and so that is where all of this trouble, nkatazo, started or began. Oh, lo Buzani Kubawo uvela apho. Oh, is that where this Buzani Kubawo comes from? Kunjalo mfundisi, exactly, Reverend. Noko, nevertheless, my brother, mzalwana wam, Gati, it seems as though wenza impazamo enkulu, you have made a big mistake. Ngewumyekile umfana, you should have left the young man, athathe intombi ayithandayo, to take the girl whom he loves. Hayi ke leyo umfundisi, andifuni nokuyiva oku. No, as far as that is concerned, Reverend, I do not want to even hear anything about it. Andinakulawulwa, I will not be controlled or dictated to ngumntwana by a child, ndimzala, whom I have brought up. Ndixolele mntu kaThixo, forgive me, man of God. Kungokuba uyayazi le ntombi ayithandayo, do you perhaps know this girl whom he loves? Unento oyigxekayo kuyo? Do you have something against her, mhlawumbi perhaps? Mfundisi, andikhange ndifune nokuyazi. Reverend, I did not even want to know lo ntombi, that girl. Andikhange ndibe nomdla, I did not have the slightest interest kuyo leyo indawo, in that side of things. Mzalwana Zwilake, brother Zwilake, kufuneka ukhumbule, you must remember ukuba that ngamanye amaxesha la sikuwo, that we are now in amanye amaxesha, in different times. Sukuzama ukuwajika, don't try to change them. Kuba ngokwenje njalo, because by doing so uzibizela ingozi, you are looking for trouble. Sathi isilumko samahebere, the wise Hebrew said, yonke into inexesha layo, everything has its own time. Anditshoyo, and when I say so, andikunqandi, I'm not stopping you in any way. Kodwa amacebo amahle, but good advice ayafuna ukumanyelwa. Good advice needs to be listened to or heeded. Hayibo, no ways. Ndixolele mfundisi, I'm sorry, Reverend. Andinako konke ukujika kulento. I cannot change at all in this matter, or change my mind in any way in this matter. Hayi nam anditsho ukuthi jika. No, I am also not saying change. Kakade, in any case, akuna sakuba sajika ngoku. You cannot change now. It's too late. Isa, come. Dibambe isandla, shake my hand. Uyakuxola andizi kuba saya ngasekhaya. Excuse me, but I will not be able to go to the home. That means to the reception. Ndiyakuchatisa eThoboshane. I have another wedding ceremony to perform in Thoboshane.